Hello everybody and welcome back to Extracurricular Activities. I'm Cait.
And I'm Stuart, and this week on the show we have weddings and crashes, although not wedding crashes.
Well, that's good, but first let's go to News of the Week.
Thanks, team. The body of an unidentified woman has been washed up on North Cronulla Beach. Two women contacted police after seeing the body around 5 a.m. Wednesday morning during their exercise routine. The death is being treated as suspicious. Another mass school shooting in southeast Texas has claimed the lives of 10 innocent people, with another 13 injured. The 17-year-old man smuggled two guns into the school and opened fire on Santa Fe High School. After 15 minutes, he surrendered to police and has been charged with capital murder and aggravated assault of a public servant. Parents Mark and Christina Rotondo have won the legal battle to finally kick their 30-year-old son out of the nest. The couple were forced to take their son to court after he refused to move out of home. The Rotondos simply got fed up with their unemployed son living at the family home without paying rent or contributing to housework. And finally, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have officially tied the knot. In the highly anticipated wedding of the year, the two exchanged vows in St. George's Chapel on Saturday in a ceremony that saw some traditions broken. Big celebrity names also made an appearance, including George and Amal Clooney, Oprah Winfrey and Serena Williams. But none outdressed the bride herself, now the Duchess of Sussex, who opted for a simple classic gown. Back to you guys.
I love a good royal wedding. Did you watch it?
Definitely not. I'm so over the royal wedding, and I hope News of the Week is the last I hear about it. Now to quite a different story though. Education Minister Simon Birmingham was at the university yesterday, and he was making an announcement for a multi-million-dollar engineering and train facility at the university. But look, some students weren't quite happy with what he was coming to say. Let's see what it's all about.
The launch of a new $7.3 million rail engineer infrastructure training centre at the University of Wollongong today was temporarily derailed when a group of students staged an impromptu protest. Federal Minister for Education and Training, Simon Birmingham, was in attendance to officially open the centre, and students from the Wollongong Socialists Club took their chance to get his attention, chanting cries denouncing cuts to tertiary education. The protests threw the timing of the event off track until the students were escorted out of the smart infrastructure facility by security and police were called. Minister Birmingham dismissed the student protest with a joke before expressing his high hopes for the training centre's future development.
I trust you all enjoyed my warm-up entertainment act and that they didn't cause too much inconvenience to anybody.
The new training centre aims to facilitate innovative engineering solutions to the many challenges facing the Australian rail network, while simultaneously training upcoming professionals in the industry. Professor Burma Indaratna from UAW's Faculty of Engineering and Information Sciences also spoke at the event.
We will produce a new generation of track experts to modernise our railway network in Australia so that in the future we can carry heavier loads at greater speeds, at the same time cementing Australia's role and position as a global leader in rail transport.
Cassie Clower, UAW TV.
Thanks, Cassie, for that comprehensive report. Looks like things got a bit tense there.
Sure did. Now up next we're going to talk to Bachelor of Communications and Media student Jasmyn Connell, who's going to talk about her UAW's Pigeon project that looks at challenging stereotypes.
We're joined by Jasmyn Connell,
the founder of the Pigeon project. Jasmyn, can you tell us a little bit about the project?
Yeah, so it's a photo series on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and it aims at combating stereotypes, so how people see themselves and how they think other people see them.
So how did this start?
So it started as my digital artefact for BCM 112, and then it kind of branched into something that I just enjoyed doing, I suppose.
And can you give us one of the best examples that you've come across so far?
Yeah, so my favourite ones was actually a pair, and they were appearing on the Pigeonhole as part of their research project, and they did the word mature age, which I really liked because it was a bit different.
And what did you get from that in terms of how they perceive themselves?
I found that I actually related to them a lot, which was good, because the best thing about this is I get to meet the people, we have a chat, and I actually get to break down the stereotypes in person, I suppose. So the main thing I got out of it was, the differences between us as me being a younger student and then being older students, which was interesting.
And how do you get people to participate and contribute in it?
So that's the hardest part. So at the moment I am solely relying on people coming to me or me asking people I know to come and do it for me.
Is there a place that someone can get into contact with you?
There sure is. So at the top of my Instagram page there is a link where people can contact me, or people can feel free to send me a DM on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram.
And overall, where do you think this is heading?
I think it's heading to a continual project for me because I really enjoy it. So obviously we're coming to the end of the semester, but I'm not going to just dump it and move on.
And do you have like an overall kind of aim of what you want this project to do?
I just want this project to be recognised in the uni, I suppose. I want people to be able to feel comfortable to take part in it.
And we were talking about before how also like with your class it's coming from that, and you were using it to look behind and learn a bit more about social media. Could you talk us through that a little?
Yeah, so I've also used this project to teach myself a bit more about social media and how I can look at my analytics and go, oh, why aren't people engaging, and then try and fix that.
Have you had a moment where you're like, oh, this isn't working?
Yeah, I have. So my Facebook's been a little bit dead. So the reason for that I've concluded is that video content is on the rise on Facebook. So I'm looking at that now.
Right, so you would take this from, because it is a photo.
Yes, it's a photo series at the moment.
So would you take that to a video?
Yeah, so I'm going to experiment with that this week actually. I'm going to be making my first video version.
Cool, well good luck with that. We hope it all goes well. Our reporter Brad went to Merrigong Theatre for the world premiere of Lost Boys that looks at the secrets of the past and the prejudices of today.
Thanks guys. I'm down here at the Illawarra Performing Arts Centre where I'm just about to be treated to a sneak preview of the fantastic new play Lost Boys, which is having its world premiere tonight. So let's go inside and check it out.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Thought camping was boring, but being back here with you is worse.
Then go home.
I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Bob Hawke.
I can hardly talk to you about Milosevic.
I had the opportunity to sit down with director Leland Keane, who was able to walk me through the show.
What was the genesis of this project?
Lachlan approached me, the writer Lachlan Philpott approached me back in 2015 when we were actually at the National Playwrights Conference, our National Playwrights Festival down in Adelaide, and he'd been commissioned by the Australia Council to write a draft of the script and approached me with the work, and we looked at it and decided that we were going to join together and produce it here at Merrigong.
Daryl's not the Avon lady, Glenn.
I didn't say he was, Robert.
Avon ladies don't rip you off.
You reckon? Ask my mum about that. She didn't do it just to be mean. You want to know what happened?
No.
No.
So the story focuses on a 30-year period. It begins in 1989, focusing around the Murphy family in Bondi. The focus of the story is around the beatings and murders of gay men back in the 1980s and 90s who were frequenting beats around the Sydney Basin area. There's approximately 88 cases, murders that they're looking into across the sort of 1980s and early 1990s around those events. So the play fictionally finds the Murphy family in the first act and focuses in on Cy and Robert and their kind of gang of friends as they kind of commit these crimes. What the play then does in the second act, it jumps 29 years later to 2017 in the middle of the Yes campaign, where we find Cy and his girlfriend that we've met in the first act, Jill, who are now parents to their own children, teenage children, and what we sort of unpack in that act is how these people who have become parents, who have committed these crimes, then live with their own children and that guilt and how that manifests in the generations that follow.
Lost Boys will be running from the 23rd of May to the 2nd of June at the Illawarra Performing Arts Centre. I'm Brad Sullivan, URW TV Multimedia.
Thanks, Brad. They're definitely dealing with some really heavy topics.
Yeah, that's true. And one thing I always find it easier to deal with heavy topics is some comfort food. And we've got a classic for you on extracurricular activities, the cob loaf.
Hi, I'm Liv. This is 60 Second Snacks, and tonight I have the perfect entertaining meal for you. Tasty cheese, sour cream, this continental simmer soup, baby spinach, and a cob loaf that doesn't look like this but is round. So you need 2 cups of grated tasty cheese,
Stop eating it.
So add your spinach to a saucepan. It can be quite small because spinach shrivels to nothing. I'm going to add a touch of water to help the process. And I'm going to put it on this stove with the lid on a medium heat. Oof. That was pretty dang good. Oh no. Okay, quickly take it off and then you need to chop it. Then you got to put it back in here, probably more gracefully than I am. Now you got to add cheese and melt it all together. Tub of sour cream. There's like no spinach in here. Half a packet. Oh good, lucky I read that. Now we pour it in the cob. Oof.
Oh, it's so cheesy. It's good. That's really cheesy.
That's how you make a cob loaf, and I hope you make good use out of it in your uni holidays.
That seems like a great party food, but be wary of the double dippers.
Yes, you better watch out, Geminis. Here's your horoscope.
Welcome back to Horoscope. Gemini, it's your time to shine, literally. As an air sign, you often have the feeling that your other half is missing, which means you are constantly seeking new friends, lovers, and just people to talk to. Geminis associate love with communication and verbal contact, but don't find physical contact as important. Geminis are inquisitive and always ready to flirt. You love spending time with different lovers, dipping your toe in before you jump. Our advice is to always try before you buy. Don't settle for less, but seek passion and someone who matches your intellect and energy. As it enters your month, hopefully you find a good lover since it is your birthday. Time for some special birthday adventures perhaps? This week be social, drink lots and try all the lovers before you buy. Enjoy the week 12 blues by partying and socialising to fulfil your energy.
Thanks, Savannah, and good luck to all the Geminis.
And let's hope there's also some good luck for all the music fans out there. Let's see in the Muse.
Hey guys, welcome back once again to the Muse. Now, we must be getting to the pointy end of the semester because Wollongong is literally humming with excitement and good tunes. Just look at this gig guide. We were flat out trying to get all of these juicy shows on the page. Now tonight, we've got our usual dose of late night disco liberation at Heyday's Jacuzzi Stew, fronted by Sydney-based DJ Elodie. At RAD, you'll be able to catch the crackling vocals, delicate guitar, and a whole bunch of jabs to your heart from Jack R. Riley. Supported by the Flying Sohios and India Sweeney, you do not want to miss this soulful show. And Friday, we've got one of our favourites who we hope doesn't need any introduction, Polish Club. It's said that these two boys are writing pop songs 50 years too late and at twice the speed. With a smashing new EP only 10 months after their ARIA-nominated album All Right Already, Polish Club is an experience, not just a show. And Saturday, we have the girls from Stonefield thrashing it on the stage at Unibar. These sisters have been on the lips of Australian music lovers pretty well since their debut in 2010, and only keep getting bigger and better. But on the other hand, if you're feeling like a groove, Triple J's Linda Mariano is curating a set of bangers at Heyday this Saturday to get you dancing straight through the night. And to nurse you through your Sunday hangover, Port Kembla's food truck servo bar has you covered. Now, this live music venue seems to have sprouted up out of nowhere this year, but it's looking more than ready to meet Wollongong's demands for live music and great vibes. Pride Tide will be hosting an all-ages gig at the venue in support for LGBTQI and allied musicians, with locals Arafura, The Nut and more kicking off from 4 p.m. And while that's not all that's on in Wollongong this week, be sure to check out our gig guide for all the dates and info, because there really is something for everyone. So get out, support your locals, and treat your ears and souls to some great vibrations. Catch you next week on The Muse.
Thanks, Lils, for the Muse.
Yeah, it sounds like there'll be some real bangers playing out and about. Now to everyone's favourite though, it's Dear Riley.
Got questions about finding love in the digital age? There's only one person to ask. Dear Riley.
Shane asks, Dear Riley, I'm 26 years old and a virgin. What do I do?
I would say join like a social club, and that's a good way to meet people, and that's probably where you need to start, by going outside and meeting with people face to face.
And on that note, that concludes the show. I'm Cait.
I'm Stuart.
And we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.